You know, when you think about baseball legends, David Ortiz, aka Big Papi, inevitably comes to mind. Sure, the world of baseball will see more players smash their way into the 500 home run club. In time, someone might even outdo Ortiz's impressive 541 career homers, but numbers are just one aspect of the story. I remember watching games where things seemed bleak for the Red Sox. The scoreboard wasn't in our favor, and hope was running thin. But then Ortiz would step up to the plate. It wasn't just about hoping he'd hit a homer or get on base. It was the anticipation of witnessing something special, and more times than not, Big Papi delivered. You can talk about his 23 walk-off hits, or the 10 seasons where he smashed 30 home runs and clocked in 100 RBIs. Those are fantastic numbers, no doubt. But what made Ortiz stand out in a league full of talented players were those moments when the pressure was on and he seemed to thrive. It's like he had this knack for turning a regular game into a page out of baseball folklore. And every time he did, he wasn't just playing for the win. He was adding another chapter to his legend. The city of Boston has been blessed with superstar athletes who have been spurned to the point where they work like they are fighting for their last roster spot regardless of their accolades. Take Tom Brady, for example. Here's a guy who was overlooked by almost every team, picked up in the 6th round, and yet he became the quarterback everyone talks about. And who can forget Julian Edelman? He transitioned from a college quarterback to one of the most reliable receivers in the league. These guys were never handed anything on a silver platter. They worked for every bit of success. But if you want a real sob-to-success story from Boston, David Ortiz is your man. The guy got traded around like spare change in his early days. Can you believe the Twins just let him go? When Ortiz first joined the Red Sox, he wasn't the instant star everyone recalls. He had to grind for his place, even sitting out on opening day for Jeremy Giambi. But when he got his groove, oh man, the guy was unstoppable. From battling for at-bats to becoming a Hall of Famer, Big Papi's journey is the stuff of legends. David Ortiz wasn't just a player. He was a force of nature in that Red Sox locker room. He had this presence, you know, a mix of charisma, passion, and pure determination that seemed to lift everyone around him. 2013 stands out as a perfect testament to that. His speech, raw and unfiltered, was a rallying cry for Boston. When he spoke, it wasn't just as a player. He echoed the heart and soul of the entire city. And in the dugout during the World Series, that was classic Ortiz, lighting a fire under the team, leading them to clinch the title with 3 straight wins. The man knew how to inspire, to get people to believe even when the odds were stacked against them. But his influence didn't end with the veterans, the young guns, the future of Red Sox. They looked up to him. Take Alex Verdugo. The guy grew up idolizing Big Papi and Manny Ramirez. Now, playing in a Red Sox uniform, you can see him channeling that same clutch spirit. You can tell he's trying to live up to the legends that inspired him. And let's not forget the current players who had the privilege to share the field with Ortiz. Xander Bogaerts is a prime example. He's sort of the heart of the team now, and you can see how Ortiz's leadership has rubbed off on him. Bogaerts, and honestly, most players who have passed through that clubhouse in recent years have been touched by Ortiz's spirit in one way or another. Sure, in the future, we might see someone else who comes up with the same number of dramatic walk-off hits. Heck, they might even lead their teams to championship glory multiple times. But what Ortiz did for the Red Sox was transformative. Before him, the Red Sox were seen as the team that always came up short, the underdogs. Ortiz played a massive role in flipping that narrative. It's not just about replicating success or stats. It's about the weight of those moments, the context, the emotions that stir in fans and players alike. Even if someone were to achieve similar successes in the future, the backdrop, the narrative, the atmosphere won't be the same. If you want proof, look no further than Ortiz's last game at Fenway. It was different. It was one of those Hollywood endings where the hero gets one last hurrah. The Red Sox lost and the season was over. But what happened next? That's something out of a movie. Imagine a stadium full of fans, heartbroken about the game's outcome, yet not one of them left their seat. They were all there for one man, Big Papi. Those chants of "Papi, Papi" echoing through Fenway are something I'll never forget. When Ortiz finally stepped out, walked to the mound with clear emotion and tears, you could feel the weight of the moment. It was more than just a goodbye to a player. It was a salute to a legend. Yeah, the numbers do make a strong case for him. A 20-year career with 541 home runs, even surpassing greats like Mantle, Fox, and Williams. That's Hall of Fame worthy for sure. And mind you, at age 40, with his body showing signs of wear and tear, he still led the American League with his slugging percentage. That's the mark of a player who's not just good, but great. But as much as baseball is about numbers, it's also about moments. It's about stories. And Ortiz gave Red Sox fans and the baseball world some of the most memorable ones. Those back-to-back nights in 2004, where he led the Red Sox from the brink of elimination to the doorstep of history, are the stuff of legends. And finally, that World Series win in '04, breaking an 86-year drought, Ortiz was right there, at the heart of it. The David Ortiz Children's Fund is a testament to his larger-than-life heart, raising millions to provide critical medical care for children speaks volumes about the man's character. His goodbye note to Red Sox Nation really hits home. Ortiz never made it about himself. He always emphasized the collective, the team, the city. And even though he's hung up his cleats, his spirit is interwoven with the fabric of the Red Sox and the city of Boston. Seeing that number 34 hanging at Fenway is a reminder of a legend who not only played the game with unparalleled passion, but lived his life with unmatched generosity and love. Big Papi, you've given so much, and Boston will forever cherish your legacy. He left a legacy of moments, of emotions, of shifts in the very psyche of a team and its fan base. And that's something that's almost impossible to replicate.